going on, guys, and welcome back to another analysis. Now, as you can see from the title, it was the worst ever game I've ever seen, and also the most embarrassing game I've ever seen in my life. So, at the top of my notes, I've just put have an overall rant about the whole game. Now, the whole game was an absolute embarrassment for sure. Don't know how we've lost to Huddersfield Town. I said in the last analysis that we had to go and batter them. We have to give them a hard day. What do we go and do? We're an absolute embarrassment. We show ourselves up. We can't even beat Huddersfield, who have just come from the Championship, come up to the Premiership. It's absolute embarrassment. It embarrasses me as a United fan. Now, of course, we're in all these different competitions, the likes of the Champions League and all them, like the Carabao Cup or the League Cup or whatever you want to call it. They changed the bloody names too many times. Don't know why they just can't stick it to one name. So, yeah, okay. So it was we could say, the last couple of games have been shocking. We should have beat Liverpool the other week. Go up against Benfica. Yes, we got the clean sheet. Yes, we got the 3 points. Yes, we won the game. Yes, we nearly qualified for the round of 16 in the Champions League. At the end of the day, we did win, but this was just it was just an absolute embarrassment. I've never seen anything like it before. An absolute embarrassment. Now, these players should be absolutely embarrassed by themselves through that game, because they know that game what they put out last night was not Manchester United. Now, there's going to be a load of negativity going on now, because that from last night, what we showed in the first half, was an absolute embarrassment. It was an absolute embarrassment I've ever seen of my life. Going 2-0 down in the first half, you've got Phil Jones who's injured. You can't just rely on him because of the Phil Jones effect. Yes, he could be a better defender than Lindelof, but what the Lindelof is you basically got Lindelof, and it's like he had a hole in his head because he was shocking in the game. The first goal it was just a good goal. Aaron Moy put it away. Couldn't do much about it. Lindelof didn't stick his foot in anything. Couldn't be bothered to do anything. Left it down to the keeper. Can't just leave it down to De Gea because he's like the third best in the world. At the end of the day, De Gea did a mistake in the second goal. Again, Lindelof comes up, thinks he's tall enough, thinks he's going to win the header. It looked like there was a hole in his head. It just went through. It just went behind him, and it was an absolute embarrassment I've ever seen. The defence was shocking. I've never seen anything like it in my whole entire life. For the whole probably 16 years of my life of watching United since probably the age of 1, it's an absolute embarrassment. I've never seen anything like it before. Yes, I'm turning 18, and that's why I said throughout the whole 16 years of my life I've watched United over the past years. It's just an absolute embarrassment, you know. And for Huddersfield to go and beat us, and they've never beat us in 65 years, so it's the first time to beat us in 65 years. It's an absolute embarrassment, you know, because we can't beat a squad who's just come up from the Championship. We've lost to a side who have been struggling for form, who've been struggling to score goals. It's an absolute embarrassment. These players should have their heads in shame at the moment, and they have to have a word with themselves what the hell was going on yesterday. That was pure from the Reds. We have to bounce back pretty quick, and we have to do something during the week against Swansea, because that was an absolute embarrassment. I've never seen anything like that before. But it's going to hurt. It's going to be an absolute embarrassment. I think that's down to a manager, an error. It was also down to the attitude of players. Like he said in his press conference after the game, it was an absolute embarrassment. I've never seen anything like it before. I don't know how many times I have to repeat the word embarrassment, because it's an absolute embarrassing. You know, you've got, again, it's just like Crystal Palace giving Chelsea an absolute embarrassment from last week. And now we're getting beat to someone who's been struggling for form, who's been struggling to score goals throughout the August, September, and we can't beat a squad who's just come up from the Championship to come to the Premier League. And the Huddersfield fans are absolutely over the moon with it. And they've got some Pacquiao Indian manager as well, so we can't even go and beat them. It's an absolute embarrassment. And last year we were drawing to all these easy clubs, and now at the start of this year we've been doing it. We've been fucking them 4-0, and we can't even beat Huddersfield. What an absolute embarrassment! I've never seen anything like it before. It's just, I'm going to repeat it once again. What an absolute embarrassment I've ever seen. So they need to pull up their socks and do something against Swansea over the weekend. That was just out of order. I've never seen anything like it before. And from my perspective, it just looked like we were tied from the Champions League. Now, he was resting Mkhitaryan, he was resting Rashford. Yes, he didn't want to take risks with Rashford because Rashford was injured in the Benfica game. It was his knee. Thankfully, he was alright to play in that game yesterday, but he only came on in the second half. He only got to play about 45 minutes, over 45 minutes, about 49 minutes of the game. And then I felt like instead of just playing on the Saturday, because it's just too soon for the players, we should have played today instead of the Saturday. But also at the same time, then United wouldn't have played till the Wednesday then during midweek. So it's just, like I said, it's just an absolute embarrassment. I've never ever seen like that before. And in the past, if you've seen it, I'm going to leave it in the I button and the link to the description, where I went absolutely mental when we lost to Watford. That was an embarrassment as well. So games like this, it's just an absolute embarrassment. I've never seen anything like it before. But anyway, 4 changes to the squad after the game against Benfica. Talk about the starting 11. Let's go to the One Football app. So yeah, of course, David De Gea stayed in goal. Then it was Valencia. Then it was Smalling. Then it was Jones. Then it was Young. It was good to see Ashley Young back in defence after being out of position against Liverpool. For sure. So that was good to see it. Then it was Herrera, Matic. Again, it was just one of those games where we missed the likes of Pogba and Fellaini, and now Bailey's injured, now Jones is injured, now Zlatan's still injured, Rahul's still injured. So we're gonna have to get these in. We're gonna have to get some of these players back as soon as possible because we really need these players. And Pogba's not even in Manchester as well. He's all the way in Miami for his rehab as well. So, yeah, so Mourinho has no contact with him as well. So, because he doesn't know what's going on. So talking about full-time doubles, Andrew Wyman, who's in Korea, he said Matic and Herrera just play the same tiki-taka football every week in and week out, which they do. Mata, good to see Mata again. I think Lingard should have swapped places with Mata. Mata in the middle and Lingard out wide on the right. Martial on the left and then Lukaku up front again. Lukaku's gonna have to step up his game. He's not scored now He's not scored in the Liverpool game. He's not scored against Benfica. He's not scored in 3 games. So the last game he scored was 4 games ago, really. So he's gonna. I don't know what's going on there. They just need to start getting balls into him, and I think once again, Huddersfield were more worried about Lukaku than anybody else, really. But yeah, so what do I think of it? Okay, yeah, I think probably starting Martial would have had is better. Well, not better, but because. Obviously, he didn't want to take any risk with Rashford getting injured again because he just got injured in the Benfica game. So he's going to take it easy on him. Lingard coming in for probably for Mkhitaryan. Again, he's just resting players. But obviously, when we go against Swansea during the week, he's going to have to rest a few players and make sure they don't get injured. Probably will probably know that he might not play De Gea during the week anyway. Might give De Gea a rest. But yeah, no, that was out of order really. Never seen anything like it before. So yeah, shocking. Never seen anything like it before. So yeah, missed the first 25 minutes of the game. Just got back from Abu Dhabi. Got back before the game had started. Then beIN Sports were messing around. Weren't showing any of the other games, so I couldn't really get the game. Then I had to use it on my iPad. Then lost the last few minutes of the game. Then we should have scored near to the end. And then during the game, before everything had happened, Phil Jones went down injured, so he had to bring on Lindelof. In the 28th minute, we let in a goal. Lindelof let us down. The defence was terrible. Lindelof should have done a lot better. He wasn't switched on straight away. He should have had his game head on and get into it, but he let it down to De Gea to do something about it, because he knows that he's been in some good form recently. Yeah, shocking. In the 33rd minute, we let in another goal. Lindelof let us down once again. Defence was Lindelof. He was shocking to the squad. Yes, he's new to the game. Yes, he's been sat out, but the thing is, when you sit people out, they're not adapting to the squad or anything. He's been sat out, been watching the Reds. Yes, he had his debut against Liverpool, but that's a warning for him, because I'm pretty sure he's made mistakes in his life before, but to do something like that against Huddersfield, it's an absolute embarrassment. We weren't playing as a team. Every single player was just playing their individual game. They weren't sticking together or anything. We didn't put any effort into the game in the first half. We were just shocking. We were all over the place. We were sloppy. When we were crossing balls and into the box, they were just going deep, going way too far. The passing was crap. We weren't looking up or anything. We kept on losing possession as well. And yeah, overall the first half was absolutely shocking, frustrating, embarrassing, you name it. And I hope this is going to get to the players, because that was an absolute embarrassment from the players, And just never seen anything like it before. And that messed up my whole day yesterday, because we were planning of getting back here for the football, and we got up. Great, And the only best positive thing yesterday was Lewis Hamilton getting pole position for the Grand Prix, and I'm hoping he can get the championship tonight as well. So fingers crossed and touch wood. So yeah, second half we had to change the mix. We knew there was something wrong with that starting 11. Again, we brought on Rashford for Martial. Now, what was the best tactic decision to do? Would you have Martial out on the right, and would you have Rashford on the left? I'm not too sure. Talking about Martial in the first half, Martial was a bit shocking. He was as well. I think it was a fair decision to bring him off, because he didn't have a good game whatsoever in that first half. We also brought on Mkhitaryan for Mata. Mata didn't have much in his tank. Again, I think we were just tired after the Premier League, after the Champions League during midweek. Again, it's just too soon to play another game, because we had a game on the Wednesday. Then we only had Thursday, we only had Friday, and then we're in another game on the Saturday. So yeah, we're all worn out from travelling in that. So yeah, second half we stuck as a team. I think in the second half we were more in control of the game. We didn't. And then, like I was saying to my dad, they were all worn out. They didn't have anything in the tank, because they gave it the best in the second half. Well, they gave it their best in the first half. Obviously, lower teams to come up and beat all the big clubs. It's an absolute embarrassment, because Chelsea would have been embarrassed. against Crystal Palace. Are we out of the title race? We don't know. There's still a good 20 odd games to go, 30 odd games to go. You never know. City will start making mistakes at the end of the day. Yes, they've had a great start, but once their form is out, once they keep, probably, I don't know, they'll keep winning for now, but once they probably play against someone really tough, like who's really been in top form recently, someone like Tottenham, Arsenal been shocking, Liverpool have been playing okay. So yeah, Huddersfield go up against Liverpool next, and again it's always United. We go and play, say, the likes of Huddersfield, and now they'll probably get beat against Liverpool, and they'll get beat now for the rest of the time now after that. And it happened when against Stoke, so it's just an absolute embarrassment. I just have to keep on saying the word because it's not good. It wasn't good. Then during the whole game, I think we probably just made a few little mistakes, a few minor errors at the end of the game, but we still stuck together. We still stuck as a team. But yeah, we tried to do our best. In the second half, we just had to put a lot of pressure on them and try and try and turn the game around and make sure that they were doing a lot of mistakes. But again, they just held on to the win really after we scored that one goal with Rashford. We started going all out attack. Don't know why we didn't do that in the first half. Big question. We were creating chances at goal, but I felt like we didn't have many chances were made. Yes, some great crosses from the likes of Rashford, Mickey, and all them lot, but they just weren't good enough again. We had some great crosses in, but we just couldn't finish them off really. Again, it's just another game where we need Pogba, Fellaini, Carrick, Bailey. All them lot are injured. Once Ibra's back, he'll give us more strengthening to this team. Just said we've been struggling with the injuries right now. You can't blame it on them at the moment. I think it was just a manager error there. Also, it was the attitude of the players. I heard that only 2 players after the game was doing autographs and that, and the rest just went on the bus. Just shows the attitude. They never interacted with the crowd or anything, the fans after the game. Again, they just went up onto the bus, and they should have their heads in shame really, because they need to think about that. And it was just an absolutely embarrassment of my life, you know. Once we had started making some great crosses in, it was about time we scored, and we decided to hit back into the game. We had a great cross by Lukaku, great assist, great cross, and Rashford got it in on the head, and it was 2-1 up. After that point, I was like, come on Reds, we can hopefully fight back, and just clinch a draw. But again, it's just dropping points. We've lost out on 3 points. We've up against Huddersfield. I felt like we should have scored in the last minutes of the game. It didn't happen. In the end, we lost. It was an embarrassment match to watch. We dropped fucking points through that by losing to Huddersfield. I mean, like, fuck is all that about? Again, that's the big question. I felt like we took the during the game, which we did. We did for sure in the first half. It's frustrating. It's a frustrating game to lose at. To do it against Huddersfield, shocking. The fans will be for sure. The first half was poor. The quality from the players was terrible. The first half, the game should hurt the players for sure. Again, I'm just repeating all the words. We have to bounce back properly against Tottenham now. Tottenham are in some top form recently. They're playing tonight. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see how it ends out for Tottenham. Tottenham, if they win, we're gonna be in big trouble. We're gonna have to raise that confidence against Swansea now and see what we can do midweek. It's not funny at all. We shouldn't be laughing at that. We're just gonna have to bounce back now properly and do it as a Manchester United. Yes, some people are going to give all the negativity. It's going to be a good 1 or 2 days to get away from this. I'm speechless, I just can't express it in words. I don't know where to start, really. The game overall was absolutely... So, in that game, that was not United at all, I'll tell you for that. But we had such a great start to the season. We've just been winning 4-0 to the teams that we dropped points against last year. And in this game against Huddersfield, really. We bottled it as well. Don't know how we bottled it against Huddersfield. It's an absolute embarrassment. Embarrassment for me as a United fan to watch. And then they'll probably go. And then I bet Huddersfield will go and get beat to Liverpool, no doubt. And it's always United that blow it, and the teams that we play over the weekend, they'll go and get beat in the next game, and then they'll struggle. So that's how I sum it up, really, in words. It's just an absolute embarrassment. This is going to hurt the players, but we're going to have to bounce back properly now against Swansea. See what we do midweek. We hope we have to get through to that to the next round for sure. Swansea, they lost over the weekend, but we're going to have to bounce back really well. And we're going to have to do something really well against Tottenham over the weekend. We're going to have to just do what we can do against Swansea, and just how we go from there. But it's an absolute embarrassment. I've never seen anything like it. Just poor, terrible, you name it, really. Just poor performance from the Reds. I'm sure they'll agree. Just terrible. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed it. Man of the match. I don't even have a man of the match. The only man of the match I can give it to is Rashford. All the other players just played shit, really. Well, except for, I think for Rashford and Lukaku and probably Martial went off. I think Rashford, Lukaku and Mickey played alright, but the rest of the players just a bit crap. And we were down in the game, we felt down and stuff. So it's just an absolute embarrassment to go through a game like that against Huddersfield. It's an absolute embarrassment, and I just don't want to get any hate now in the comments, because you know what it's like. Just an absolute embarrassment. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Drop a like, comment down below of what you want me to improve on these videos. Subscribe if you're new. See you guys in a new video. Peace.